Hello, welcome back to the woods. And welcome back to the next in the series of Bushcraft in a Budget. And in this one, we're going to look at water and food. And that's not where to buy cheap H2O or some bargain bangers to chuck over your fire. Instead, what we're going to look at is what you are going to carry your water in, how you are going to treat your water, what you're going to cook your food in, and what you are going to cook your food over. Now, water is essential to life, and therefore it's advisable that we carry water with us when we're out and about in the woods. You have probably got water bottles at home. You don't need to dash out and buy a specialist bushcraft water bottle. But as you get more and more into bushcraft, and as you decide you want to travel out, then you may decide you need something a little bit more robust than an empty lemonade bottle or one of your sports bottles from home. And that's what we're going to look at first. What bottles there are out there that represent good value for money, are robust, and that will do for you if you are a person who's looking to start bushcraft on a budget. Now, I was out a couple of weekends ago with a group of friends, and they started talking about something called Keith, or an item called Keith. And I was like, what is this? And apparently it's a brand of titanium water bottles. They're sort of military shaped style canteen that come with a mug, a titanium lid, a little cooking lid that fits on the cup to make a complete system. Keith isn't the only manufacturer of these. There are also ones made by Pathfinder, Self-Reliance outfitters. And you've got a metal cup, you have a metal water bottle, this lightweight titanium bottle, so that you can boil water in the fire using your bottle, and you've got your cup which you can use again for boiling water or for cooking in. Sounds amazing, lightweight, robust. I looked them up and they're £150 or so for this item, which if you're a person starting at bushcraft on a budget, it's not going to be what you want. So I've looked at a few other options that are out there. So I'll start off with one of these. This is a Pathfinder canteen cup set. Comes with a lid. You can get a little stove which fits on the bottom, which frankly is a bit of a waste of time. This one is quite heavy. It's made from stainless steel. It's very durable and robust. It's got the metal bottle so you can heat your water in the fire. Have I ever had to? No. Have I done it? Yes. But have I ever actually had to heat water in the bottle? No, not really. However, a good bit of kit. As I said, you can cook in this. You can carry your water in that. It's stainless steel. It's easy to clean. It's nice and robust. It's got big wide mouth on it, so it's nice and easy to fill. All round, good bit of kit. And I think these are about £54. Again, if you were on a budget, this probably isn't the item for you. They do another one as well, a round one. It looks like this. I think they're about sort of £49. This isn't one of those. This one is made by the Bushcraft store here in the UK. The Self-Reliance Outfitters one, I think, is £49. This one, with the cup and a lid that goes on it, single wall stainless steel. These are only £34. Okay, so a big saving. Still, I think, if you're just starting out in bushcraft, a bit of an extravagance. If you want lightweight and reasonable cost, one of these. This is a Nalgene Oasis canteen. It's clear. It's made from some sort of super duper, very lightweight, very strong plastic. The clearness of it is great because I can see how much water I've got in there. It's very lightweight. It's easily as lightweight as the titanium ones. I looked around online and you can get these for about, I think the cheapest I found was £5.60. More often they're about £10 each. But great bit of kit. I've had this one for years. I've had no problems with durability. It's been dropped, bumped, bashed, etc. Very good little item that don't cost a lot of money. Certainly not £150. It fits inside one of the US GI style metal mugs. So you've got your little cooking system there, and all round a really good bit of kit for not a lot of money. However, you can go cheaper. And that's one of these. Excuse the red stripes, they don't normally come like this. This is an army surplus British Army water bottle. These normally, if you buy them new, you can get them with a plastic mug that fits on the top. You can get a Crusader mug that it fits inside, so that's your cooking system. Very durable, very robust. They hold 1 litre of water. A good size cap for filling. It's also a good size cap for drinking. The very wide mouth ones, if you're on the move and you're trying to drink from, slops about all over the place. Something slightly narrower is much easier. This is a good compromise. It's somewhere in between the two. This one I've had at least 30 years. I bought 2 of them originally. You can get these Army surplus, so used, for £2.95, just the bottle. And these are great. They're very, very robust. If you're worried about it being used, when you get it, stick it in something like Milton fluid, a sterilising solution. Leave it in there or chuck it in the dishwasher, right, and that will get it plenty clean enough. These, for less than £3, are where you want to be going. They're great, great bits of kit. Now, as I said, water is essential to life. It is also heavy. You can't always carry all the water you need for a trip, particularly if you're out for more than a day. If you're out overnight, you're going to need a couple of water bottles, and you're going to need some way of resupplying. If that's not coming out of a tap, if you're looking at a wild source of water, then you're also going to need to think about how you're going to make it safe to drink. Now, there are quite a few options out there, and we seem to go through phases of companies who are on trend. Years ago, it was Catadin, the little pumps that you put through, very expensive but incredibly good, used by the International Red Cross in disaster zones. They were that good. I then remember there was a company called Premac that were making little pump ones, and there was also one at the MOD trial that screwed on the top of one of these water bottles, and you simply screwed it on, filled it up from the water source in through the top, and it gradually fed through into your water bottle, giving you safe drinking water. The current one that seems to be very on trend with people is something called the Grail, or Grail, and it's a company which makes something that is a cross between a water filter, a sports bottle, and a coffee press. Sounds very, very odd. It is reputedly to be very, very good. You simply unscrew it, fill up the cup, place the filter element into the top, you then push it down, hence the filter coffee thing, all the way down, screw it back up, you then flip the cap on the top, and you can drink it straight away. Very, very good bit of kit. It's also, I think they're about £80 currently, which again, if you're out on a budget, that might be a bit too much for you. A slightly cheaper option is one of these, and this is the Sawyer mini filter. They also do a micro version. This one's very good. All you do is you fill up a squeeze type bag, or a bottle, like a used water bottle, like a smart water bottle, with your dirty water. You screw it onto the end, you pop the cap, and you can drink it straight through the cap. You can alternatively use one of the flexible water bags, screw that onto that end, fill it with your dirty water, screw this on, and then squeeze it into your regular water bottle. And again, the water is purified as it goes through, making it safe to drink. These, I think the last time I checked, were about £30, a lot more reasonable than your £80 for your Grail. But again, if you were starting out bushcraft and you're on a bit of a budget, your £30 might be a little bit too expensive. What I've used for many, many years It's one of these. This is a Millbank bag, and what this does is it filters the water. It doesn't remove bacteria and pathogens, etc., but it does remove sediment, and all it does is you fill this with water, the fibres swell, making a very, very fine weave for the water to go through. And these were issued to the British Army for years. And what you would then do is filter your water from this into your water bottle, and what you would then do is either boil the water in a separate container, or what was way more convenient was to use these, and these are little Puritabs or Oasis tablets, and they're little chlorine tablets. One of these tablets into a 1 litre bottle, left for the correct amount of contact time, will give you safe drinking water. And it's a system that I used for years and years. Indeed, most of the time I still do, because it's what I've got used to. You can buy the original Millbank bags, you can still find them around from time to time. There is another version called the brown bag, which is out there. Quite a few companies sell those. I think they're £24, £25. A good bit of kit, very reliable, nothing to go wrong on it, and it will filter the water, take the sediment out, allowing you to treat it how you want. That could be via chemicals, as I've just shown you, or it could just be simply by boiling it, which is my preferred method. As well as the brown bag company, there is now Helicontex. I've stepped into the arena of these. They make a version of these, and you can get those for about £10. Suddenly, it's a lot more reasonable than your your £80 for your Grail. Another alternative, which is even cheaper, is if you go back through my videos, there's instructions for how to make your own Millbank bag out of double-skinned parachute nylon. Very simple, very quick, easy sewing job to do. It has other advantages as well as filtering your water. This one dries way quicker than one of your Millbank bags. It doesn't smell so mouldy, and it compresses down very, very, very small indeed. This is tiny once compressed, and it weighs virtually nothing, and it cost me virtually nothing to put together. So that could be another option for you. So that's water done and dusted. What we're going to look at next is food, and more importantly, what you are going to cook your food from. Now, most of those water bottles that I showed you, the Pathfinder one, the Bushcraft store one, you can get mugs to fit. For example, this is the Pathfinder version with this bail handle on the front, stainless steel construction. Something like this is pretty much all you need for cooking in many ways. Most of the time when I go out, I'm just getting brews and stuff, this is what I tend to use. The Bushcraft stores one I think is slightly better than the Pathfinder one. The graduations inside, it's all measured out, are pressed into the steel, so you can't rub them off. They can't be discoloured and fade like they do on those. It's got the little bail handle, so it can be hung over the fire as well as your little handles on the side. And it also has a little lid with draining holes, a great bit of kit. As I said, the whole set with the water bottle, £33, £34. Bit of a bargain, I think. The thing I carry most of the time when I'm out, which goes with my Nalgene bottle, is one of these, and this is a US Army mug. I've had this for years. People talk about titanium being light. This is pressed steel, and it weighs virtually nothing. As you can see, it's incredibly used, and if you've watched any of my videos, you've probably seen me using this. You can also get a little stand that it goes on, and you can sit it over a little burner, and that makes a very good system. You can also get a lid for this as well, and that creates your little set. Great little system, not that expensive. I think the mugs, I've seen these for about £10. The stand, strangely, is even more expensive. They're about £12. and the lid I think is about £8. Not a bad system. If you put it with one of these, obviously these you can pick up for less than £6. You've then got your mug, etc., your stand and your lid, which are all going to add to the cost. But metal mugs make a lot of sense for just out in the woods bushcraft type stuff. They're strong, durable, easy to keep clean. One like this is super duper lightweight. I don't need to dash out and buy a titanium one. You can also get the good old Crusader mug, and these are a great bit of kit. They're quite heavy. They've obviously got the folding butterfly handles. You can't suspend them over the fire, but on mine I've drilled a little hole there and a little hole there so I can add a wire handle. I also have a lid made from an old mess tin with draining holes, etc. This makes a good little system. These mugs you can pick up for about £15. With your water bottle that cost you £3, you're looking at £18. The lid improvised from something, an old mess tin, cost me nothing at all to do. So good, cheap little system. Something that's very in vogue at the moment, the old Moors pots. Unfortunately they're getting a bit like rocking horse poo to pick up. This was one from I think Four Dog Stove that I bought years ago. Great bit of kit. You can buy the bush pot, which is a self-reliance outfitters one, which I think they're quite a lot of money. They're about £50, and if you get the titanium version it's even more expensive. The one that I tend to use more than anything else is this. Okay, and this I've had for 23 years, and all it is, a friend gave it to me, and it was an old cookie tin that one of the supermarkets was doing their Christmas cookies in, and he put a little wooden knob in there as a handle, drilled a couple of holes in there and put a wire bow handle on it. The little wooden knob eventually burnt off, and I put a little ring on there which makes it easier, and I've made some little holes in the end there. Now these containers look a lot like a tea caddy or a coffee caddy, and indeed if you go into somewhere like Poundland or some of the supermarkets, quite often you can buy these either individually or as a set of 3. I looked on eBay and I found a set of 3 of these for I think it was £10. In Poundland quite often you can pick up a stainless steel type caddy container like this for £1, and that is your cooking pot. Not your 50, 60, 70 pounds titanium special bush pot. This is made of lightweight stainless steel. It's easy to keep clean, it's a good capacity, and it's as cheap as chips, and it works. So that's what you're gonna cook in, and you don't need a lot. Most of the time, if you choose your menus carefully, you can get away with just one pot. At a push, you could get away with maybe that and that, which is 9 times out of 10 what I tend to carry anyway, and I can do most things with those 2 pots. What you're then going to need to think is, well, what am I going to cook over? Well, obviously there is the fire, and that is, for bushcraft, that is primarily, hopefully, what we are going to use. There's become a bit of a trend nowadays for folding wood stoves, so you are still using a wood fire, but it's contained in a little metal box, and there's a company called, I think it's Bushbox, and they do the Bushbox XL, which is a very good bit of kit. It's very popular, and I think they retail at about £80. There are other versions. You can get titanium ones which are a bit more money, you can get ones that are a bit smaller, ones that are a bit bigger. All in all, they're a great bit of kit. You can also go onto Amazon, and there's a Chinese company called Lixada, and they do one for about £20. I've had one for just over a year. It's a great bit of kit, works really well. I think it was £19.95. I had loads of reviews saying how good it was, and it has been just that good. So if you're looking for that bushbox type stove, then that might be one to go for. Obviously with those you've still got to light a fire, and not everyone's comfortable with lighting a fire in all environments, so you might want to carry a small stove. And the ones that are very popular nowadays are your meths type stove, the ones that run on ethanol. So the Trangia type burners, and you can pick up the Trangia type brass burner for about £10 if you shop around. You can also get one of these little ultralight titanium ones that comes complete with a little pot stand and legs, which if you're really into your ultralight, that could be the way to go. But these, again, because they're titanium, very, very expensive. And this one I was never that impressed with anyway. Another option, and it's my preferred option because it's the one I use all the time, is this. And this is a little homemade alcohol burner. If you go back through my videos on the playlist, you will find a video called Make Your Own Stove. And what it does is it takes stuff that you'd normally throw away, a tomato puree can and a little fish tin and a bit of old loft insulation, and it makes you a very good little burner that is also your pot stand and works exceptionally well in pretty much all conditions. The best thing about it is it cost nothing at all. It was all stuff that was going to be thrown away. So that paired with this is my usual little cooking system. This you could pick up for £1. This is costing you nothing. Add that to maybe your water bottle that cost you £3. Perhaps get yourself a little folding plastic cup to drink out of. And suddenly you've got a little cooking system that's cost you way less than £10. These are cheap, effective. I've had them for years. I like Swedish Army folding cups. Really good little item. Last but not least, something to eat out of. Yeah, we can normally eat out of our cooking pot, but sometimes you want to eat out of something. And again, there are lots of options out there. Those good old titanium ones that are super light, easy to keep clean, etc, 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 that are also bloody expensive. They're out there. You can get ones in stainless steel, you can get ones in aluminium, you can get all sorts of things. What I go for is this. And this is a cracking little bowl. It's made of very lightweight pressed stainless steel. It's a pet food bowl. These were 99p in one of the supermarkets. As far as a spoon goes, well, I could go for a super long handled fold-in titanium, or I could just carve something. And most of the time I tend to use a wooden spoon that I've carved. Simple, easy, cheap. This little system added to my water bottle, my £1 cooking pot, my little folding cup, makes up my eating stuff, and the whole lot, as I said, came to less than £10. If you were on a budget, then that's what you were looking for. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. If you did, there is one more video in the series, and that's going to be Bushcraft on a budget, and we're going to look at tools. So that is going to be the next one that will be coming up in this series. If you've enjoyed the series and you found them useful, then please remember to hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Down below in the description box you'll also find a little Linktree link which will take you over to my Instagram account and my Facebook account. Go on over and see what I'm doing over there. You could also have a little look down there because there's also my Etsy shop where you'll get my woven patches and my leather patches. There's also a few other products from time to time, including some of my EDC light patches. If you carry in your pocket knife, your ferro rod and your little flashlight all together on your belt, so you've always got it with you. There's also a link to my merch shop down there as well. Go over, have a look, get yourself a t-shirt, show your support for the channel. I think that's everything. I've been Neil, and until next time, stay safe.